and welcome to another episode of GAAS Media Presents in the GAAS Chamber. क्या बात है यार? So भाई, it's our endeavor कि हम आप तक लेकर आएंगे ऐसे लोगों को जो अपनी फील्ड के महारथी हैं और बहुत मजेदार लोग हैं. आज एक ऐसी मजेदार शख्स मैं आपको मिलवाने वाला हूँ. She's a writer, she's an actress, and she is a powerhouse. Please put your hands together for Deviyani Sharma. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
पहली बात तो मुझे बताइए, how does it feel that you're in the GAAS Chamber and now it's not to stuff it?
Oh no, not at all. It's cool. I like it. I like this gas shit.
I'm glad you do, and I love it here too. But Deviyani, tell me something. It's been, it is the start of your career also in a way. But at the very start of your career, आप काफी सक्सेस देख चुकी हैं. मतलब अगर आपकी उम्र की अगर और भी लोग देखें हम, तो इतना अचीव करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. And एक आउटसाइडर के लिए देखकर कहना कि इनको बहुत सक्सेस मिल चुका है, look at her, she's got so much fame, it's very easy, but they will never know your struggle. So through this talk today, we're going to try and know those struggles also and find out those wonderful moments that you've lived through this entire career of yours till now. So first of all, tell me, how's the journey been? You're an actress, you're a renowned one now, you're getting great roles. How does it feel?
First of all, thank you so much. But thank you for pouring all those compliments. So my journey started in 2018.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the first time I faced the camera. Before that, I was also assisting.
Okay.
So I started off with Tamil industry, Malayalam industry, and gradually to Telugu and Hindi, sort of.
Yeah.
So then, I used to give auditions every day. So I must have given around 300 to 400 auditions up till now.
300 to 400 auditions?
So हमारा ऐसा होता था ना कि आपने सुना तो होगा आराम नगर यार ये मुंबई में बहुत फेमस है ये. तो आराम नगर में हम सुबह जाएंगे, नॉक करेंगे, ऑडिशन हो रहा है? नहीं, हाँ नहीं करा. Okay, next time. यहाँ ऑडिशन हो रहा है? हाँ हो रहा है. Then they will come out and they'll look at you, they'll give you a glance from top to bottom. Okay, you're not fit, but you're fit. सुना होगा आपने, बहुत लोगों ने बताया. So that was the journey for me for at least 2 years. And then from there, I got a call for a short film in Telugu. So I went to Hyderabad. अपना खुद खर्चा करके I went and I was like, okay, let's do it for experience.
Right.
And that's when my journey started in Telugu industry.
Fantastic.
So that's how it's like from background artist, graduating to front,
Wow.
and then into main leads, from characters.
But Deviyani, tell me something. I want to stop you there.
Yeah.
आपने भी कहा कि आपने को 300-400 audition दिए.
Yes.
So facing rejection is also an art. Because what happens is most people, when they face rejection, they usually just let go और वो अपनी लाइन बदल लेते हैं. कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं.
True.
जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने भी एक्टिंग करी है थोड़ी बहुत जिंदगी में और मैंने जब थिएटर किया मेरे साथ कई ऐसे लोग थे जिन्होंने जाकर कभी ऑडिशन दिया, when they got rejected, they moved on.
Right.
So how do you face that? How did you convince yourself every day, no, this is not going to be my last audition, I'll give one more?
So it was like, I think when I was 10 or 12 years old, I wanted to be...
Which was last year?
So I wanted to go for Miss India. But then I got rejected twice because of my height. So that was the first time, okay, no, you're not rejected. You don't have that much of height. But then I always knew in the back of my head that I'm not any Khan or I don't have any surname attached to me. So I have to carve my way out. I have to work hard. I don't have any option left. So I never had plan B and I still don't. I believe that, there is only one plan, it has to work. So that is why. And facing rejection is something, हाँ ठीक है, एक दिन mood off होगा, दूसरे दिन होगा, but then again जो backward artist एक कीड़ा होता है, इसका काट लिया ना, वो आप नहीं change कर सकते हैं. You will come back again after 5 years or 6 years, but you will. I have seen people वो आते अपनी line बदलते, then again they want to become producers or directors.
Right.
So that is something. It is a कीड़ा. It is एक बार काट लिया ना, it's a curse and also you can say it's a blessing.
अरे बिल्कुल झूठ कह रही है. उन्होंने कहा कि मेरे साथ कोई सरनेम अटैच नहीं है. अटैच है. She's Deviyani Sharma. So there is a surname there. But tell me something. मुझे जो थोड़ा बहुत मैंने आपके बारे में रिसर्च भी किया तो पता लगा कि आप एक you're also a dancer.
Yes.
So if you had to actually choose one dance form, चाहे आपने वो सीखा नहीं सीखा, which one will be like your favorite?
The dance form which is very close to my heart is Mahi V. So yeah. So Chawiz, I'll tell a little bit about it. It's a martial art form of dance from Odisha.
Yeah.
So उसमें भी 3 categories आती हैं, Puri and all that. But mine is without the mask, so it's called Mahi V. So I did my graduation in that.
Oh.
I like that dance because it's so attached to me because it's a warrior dance. You have all those strengths and it's like soldiers dance. So.
Right.
It used to give me a lot of motivation that, okay, आज तो the soldier feeling होती है ना, हाँ करना ही है. So that is something which also helps a lot in acting.
Yeah.
Because it helps you open up your body language and a lot. So yeah, Mayurbhanj Chow is my favorite.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ, you've done theater, आपने
Yeah.
dance भी किया है, then you moved into mainstream acting. Do you think the shift was always a little difficult या आपको लगा it just flow through?
No, so I wouldn't lie. I have done theater, but I have not been a part of a lot of theater shows. Like I have done theater off stage. Backstage, yeah. तो मैंने backstage में बहुत काम किया. कुमुद जी के साथ काम किया मैंने, and अपने यहाँ पे दिल्ली में भी काम किया है. के करके हमारे सर थे श्री राम सेंटर, तो वहाँ उनके साथ काम किया मैं. तो जो थिएटर एंड आई थिंक ऑन स्क्रीन का इतना ही डिफरेंस है कि थिएटर में इट्स लाइक अ स्कूल. आप स्कूल जा रहे हो, आपको आप 12th में तो सीधा नहीं जा सकते. यू हैव टू स्टडी नर्सरी, केजी, फर्स्ट, सेकंड. सो थिएटर इज लाइक दैट. So it's just a foundation for acting, but again, when you're on screen, there are a lot of things which you learn on set, which you cannot learn by being on the stage.
And I just learned something on the set right now also, कि आपने श्रीराम सेंटर फॉर एक्टिंग, श्रीराम सेंटर फॉर परफॉर्मेंस आर्ट्स में SRCP वहाँ की पास आउट है, और मैं भी वहाँ से सीखा.
Oh wow!
मतलब थोड़े से साल पहले होगा शायद. But yeah, but so we just learned something like that. मुझे एक बात बताइए, I want to talk about two of your roles. एक तो आपका शैतान में जो रोल है, खतरनाक वायलेंट रोल, और दूसरी तरफ आपने एक बड़ी प्यारी कॉमेडी करी है सेव द टाइगर्स, जिसमें आप एक फेमिनिस्ट हैं, बड़ा अच्छा रोल किया है. So tell me, बड़े कंट्रास्टिंग रोल्स हैं. So what happens is जब इंडस्ट्री में, especially if you don't have looks like me, then what you want is glamorous roles, है ना? Then it's difficult to stay away from those glamorous roles. पर आप बड़े hard hitting roles बार-बार चूज कर रही है. So is that a conscious decision या यही roles आ रहे हैं अभी?
नहीं. So what happened? See, अभी मेरी plate खाली है, तो जो आ रहा है I'm taking it. But I am blessed that I'm getting such roles. Yeah. Again, I would say Shaitan happened before Save the Tigers. Yeah. So I was shooting while I got called for Save the Tigers. So they liked it. They liked the, everything. Okay, I can do it. I can pull it off. And they had a faith in me that being a non-Telugu, I can take it off. So that's how I gave audition for Save the Tigers, and that's how it happened. But it released before Shaitan. Yeah. So my both the roles are very strong. I mean, especially in Tollywood, South Indian industry, as women actors, we don't get to perform. I mean, it's still there. It's a very male-dominating industry. Every role and every good role goes to, male actors. We don't, as a woman, you just, I don't want to say this, but that's the fact. You're either those glam dolls, or now maybe it's starting to open up, but ever since this OTT thing started. But before that, it was very, male thing. So in that way, I'm blessed. But again, I like to add here that I want to prove my potential as an actor, and not only as a heroine. So I want to make a mark as an actor. So that is why I'm taking roles which are very challenging, and I want to take more challenging roles in future too. Yeah.
Excellent. मुझे बात बताइए, this is actually a dilemma जो बहुत सारे स्पेशली जैसे नॉर्थ इंडिया में बहुत सारे लोग एक्टर बनना चाहते हैं. जब वो देखते हैं साउथ इंडिया की तरफ तो उनको लगता है वहां जाएंगे तो लैंग्वेज की दिक्कत आएगी, हमें आती नहीं. अब आपको तो तेलुगु आती नहीं थी. So did you actually learn it या आपको डब करवाया, कैसे करा? How did you manage?
So yeah, initially again they give you it in English, but again you have to learn it. You have to learn it in the sense you have to learn your dialogues. Yeah, I can speak it.
Oh wow.
That stays there. Now I can speak with it.
So bolo, welcome to GAAS Media in the GAAS Chamber.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. గ్యాస్ మీడియాలో మీ అందరికీ చాలా 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 వెల్కమ్. I don't know what is welcome.
I agree. I totally agree to that.
So yeah.
Fantastic.
And to my Telugu audience, I'm sure this is gonna come pan India.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Pan world.
So I am sure anybody who's a Teluguite and you're watching it. So thank you. And ఇది చూడాలి, ఇది సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయాలి, ఇది మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ చూడాలి. So please do watch.
Exactly. She's right. But tell me something, when you look back at your career, आपने देख ली, struggles भी देख ली, और I'm sure कि even when you're a very established artist also, I'm sure even the industry leaders, उनकी भी अपनी struggles है. Struggle कभी इंसान नहीं खत्म नहीं होती. That's the name of the game. But tell me, when you look back right now, do you think ऐसा कुछ था when you entered the industry that you would have wanted to do a little different? मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वो जो 400 audition थी, there was a reason I wasn't getting those roles. I did something wrong. Or do you think nothing would have changed, you would still do the same thing again?
So I believe thoroughly in a fact or in a statement which my friend told me once कि जब तक आप किसी चीज के लिए रेडी नहीं होगे वो आपको नहीं मिलेगी चाहे आप कितना भी इसके लिए आपको बस बहुत तैयार होना है इस चीज पे. So what I figured out when I look back at my journey now is that I wasn't ready. Whatever it is. Maybe I was lacking something. And that is a fact. Because now when I compare myself to the old Devyani, and I'm like, shit, is that me? No, that cannot be me. Because for me, I was horrible. I was ugly. And I was like, shit. Or maybe I've seen my audition and like, no, this is not what. Maybe that is why I didn't come. But it's always, back then, थोड़ा disappointment होता है कि यार what we cannot make out. What are we doing wrong? Yeah. Now when you are, you walk that path, you've come across it, you've successfully crossed that path. So obviously you have to be consistent. So now when you look back at those times and those days, you realize that, it happened for good. So you have a learning. If you're wise enough, you will learn. There's no borrow wisdom. Yeah.
Coming back to something that you said a little earlier, आपने कहा कि मैं भी वहीं से श्री राम सेंटर से हूँ, आज की इंडस्ट्री में अगर आप देखिए ओटीटी ने भी खोल दिए बहुत सारे एवेन्यूज खोल दिए so there are a lot of people who are getting a chance now. Although the funny part is that a lot of people are getting a chance now, but there are people who've been struggling for years. They're still not getting a chance. Yeah. I am referring to myself. I hope you realize that. My point is that because a lot of people are getting a chance, everyone is not a trained actor. And sometimes you see that that people in the industry who've reached some height, आप अगर उनका बैकग्राउंड जाके देखेंगे तो लगेगा कि यार इन्होंने तो ट्रेनिंग भी नहीं करी तो आए बस बन गया एक्टर व्हाटएवर. और कई बार देख के लगता है कि यार ये तो इसको तो कुछ आता नहीं होगा. जब आप बैकग्राउंड में देखें तो लगेगा ये तो इतने साल ट्रेनिंग करके आए भी. बट सो डू यू थिंक दैट अगर आपको एक एक्टर बनना है, व्हाट इज योर एडवाइस टू देम? Do you think it is very important to go through an acting school, to an entire institution, or do you think कि थोड़ा theatre करके आ जाए, किसी theatre group को join कर ले? What will help them better?
See, like you just said, people who are trained, they're also not good actors, but people who are not trained, they are good actors. So acting is something which is, I think, वो अपना को God एक blessing है. हाँ, you need to be aware of it. And I don't think there's any acting school which can make you an actor. There is no acting school in that. I mean, you need to be very consistent, very hardworking. There's gonna be days where you want to just give it up and you don't want to do anything. So I think if you can keep this part at peace, then you can perform well. Because nothing breaks an actor more. Because actors now, any artist for that matter, they're very, very emotional, very sensitive. So criticism भी ना बहुत personal ले लेते हैं. So that I think that they should keep aside, and then they should work on themselves, be aware of themselves, like what is it that they can improve in them? What is it that camera is something which can, capture your minute to minute expression. True. So that is something, if you are a good, aware person, you can be a good actor.
ये आपने बड़ी प्यारी बात बोली है. You used the word criticism.
Yeah.
I was going to come to that question. अच्छा आपने बोल दिया. It's very nice. Simple क्या है? But tell me something. When you become an artist, when you have received heights, what happens is that, for example, with the advent of social media now, a lot of people have access to you because of social media. Earlier, if you go back around 20 years back, people couldn't actually say anything to the artist directly. Now you can, because you have a social media account, you tag them and you say what you want to. Now, because of that, what happens is sometimes a lot of trolling happens.
Correct.
I don't know if you faced it already or not.
No, I didn't.
But what is your advice to people who face it? Have you seen, people in the industry facing it? And what is the best way to tackle it?
When it happens, see, if there's something negative, there's something positive. There's something positive, something negative. Every action will have a reaction. So, for example, I did Shaitan, a series I told you. So, for Telugu culture and for Telugu audience, it was a very, a bold thing to accept a woman playing that role. Because my role had a lot of boldness in terms of verbal and also on-screen thing. So they wanted to ban and, they wanted that release should stop and all that. But again, I would say when such trolling happens, even for the audience, first you go see what it is. क्या है उसमें कंटेंट क्या है व्हाट इज इट मेकिंग सेंस अब कोई पागल ओटीटी की लिबर्टी लेके तो वी कैन नॉट बी लाइक कि हाँ चलो ठीक है ये भी कर लिया वो भी कर लिया एटलीस्ट फॉर देम फॉर द ऑडियंस टू रजिस्टर एंड देन दे शुड टेक अ कॉल वेदर इट इज ऐप और नॉट एंड फॉर द आर्टिस्ट हु आर डीलिंग विद ट्रोलिंग आई थिंक it's again not personal when you are a public thing you are theirs they have every right to troll you they have every right to comment they have every right to compliment आप जो हो उनकी वजह से so you cannot tell कि हाँ मैं ट्रोलिंग नहीं कर सकती I will not take it what is it आज नाराज है तो कल खुश भी तुम थे.
वाह क्या बात है भाई, fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking and I'm so glad कि आपने बहुत सारे अपने जीवन की जो है about your life, you told us a lot today and I think it's going to be a ready letter for a lot of people who want to enter the industry. A lot of youngsters who are actually stepping into it and a lot of people who've been at it for a long time but they haven't got the success. I think you've given words of wisdom today, so thank you for being in the GAAS Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Deviyani Sharma. मैं हूँ Khurafati.